This was something I discussed with my clients last night at our camp in Pennsylvania, and that's basically how to lose running the Flexbone triple option offense. Bobby Knight said this so many times, and he said it in his most recent book. Before you can teach your people how to win, you first must teach them how not to lose. Even though it goes against our happy, give everybody an award, make everybody feel good culture, the reality is in coaching, parenting, leading human beings, before you teach them how to win, you must teach them how not to lose. To create mindfulness of what's important so you can beat mistakes to the punch and educate people to get it the right way the first time. After 20 plus years of doing this, I've been running this since the 90s. All the camps I've done, all the clients I've had clients in 44 states. I have my first camp this year in Washington, D.C. I've been just about everywhere. It comes down to three things. If you want to win running the triple, you first must learn how not to lose. The number one way schools lose running this offense is they can't move the action key. The action key is the defensive lineman inside the read. The first defensive lineman inside the tackle is the action key. And he must be canceled by your offensive line. Now, you're going to commit two people to that person. I've drawn it up here as a zero technique. Whether he's a 3 technique, a 2 technique, a 2-eye, a 1, or a 0, he must be removed one step beyond his God-given will to clear the path for the B-back. If you don't do that, you're going to have trouble winning the football game. You can still win the game running the zone option and maybe the toss. But it's a whole lot tougher if you can't get movement on your double team on the action key. That's the number one reason why people lose. And it's so consistent with all the coaches with whom I've worked, and even in my own experience back when I coached high school and college football. Number 2, inaccurate splits kill your quarterback. So, if your splits are too tight, you're going to lose because your quarterback can't read that fast. His eyes and his hands can't move that fast. I learned that from Paul Johnson, and I learned it from Josh Nesbitt, who was Paul Johnson's first quarterback at Georgia Tech many, many years ago. The splits have to be 3.5 feet. 3 3/4 is better than 3.49 feet. There got to be 3.5 feet, especially in high school, because your quarterback's eyes, hands, motor skills aren't as developed as college. They have to have the read at least 2 yards from the tackle at the snap so they can read your way out. So if you're in a situation, you're installing the offense and your coaches are worried about, our splits are too wide, it's because they don't understand what you're trying to do. You're reading your way out. And in order to do that, the read must be displaced at least 2 yards from the quarterback so he has time to cancel number 1. Because if you don't do that, number 1's going to be able to jump on the dive real fast, and it's just hard for the quarterback. And then you start getting fuzzy reads. The quarterback can't tell if he's taking the dive, if he's taking the quarterback. When you remove the read 2+ yards from the tackle, he has to make a deliberate movement to cancel the beatback. So the quarterback gives unless number 1 cancels the beatback. So that's the second way you lose if your splits are too tight. Number 3, and boy do I see this in high school, not enough 11 on 11 reps. Look, when I was going through my doctorate, there was a study, and I wish I had saved it because I'd probably put it all over the website, where coaches with over 300 wins were interviewed on their coaching methods. And the number one thing that was taken from the study of coaches that won over 300 football games at the high school level was this: Coaches that win a lot of games, they spend time in practice running a lot of plays in practice. I can't begin to tell you how many coaches said it in the study and how many 300-plus win coaches have said it to me personally. You've got to have 11 on 11 reps in practice. All these individual drills and all these drill jockey sessions where your assistant coaches get to showcase his talents, all it does is slow down your process. Jeff Monken taught me this many, many years ago. He said, individual fundamentals don't matter, team fundamentals do. And this is an offense where your quarterback requires a real center snap to do his job. He requires a tackle in front of the read, because when is he ever going to get a situation where the tackle's not in front of number one? Changes his whole visual progression. The B-back needs an actual guard to run through the guard and then break off the double team. The receiver and tackle work hand in hand in load schemes. So pretty much individual drills become fake football. And the more time you spend on individual fundamentals, the worse you're going to get. You got to run plays. That's the key. That's the 13-step and a 12-step program, because that's how your quarterback's going to get better fast. It puts urgency on all your players because there's live physical contact. It doesn't mean that the defense has to tackle people and bring them to the ground, because in a lot of states you have limited time in practice to do that. They just don't let you do that. But you've got to be able to go as live as you can, because that's what's going to get development. Your quarterback gets live reps with 1 and 2. The line gets a live action key. The A-back gets a live number 3. The receiver gets a live number 4. Whether he's loading or he's blocking, going directly to the safety. Live scoop blocks, live backside cutoff, live pitch route. You're going to have the greatest growth in 11 on 11. So the 3 keys to losing games is the inability to move the action key, tight splits, and too much drill jockeying in practice, where you put your assistant coaches on an island. Some of you head coaches, I don't get it. The wins and losses go after your name, not theirs. Put the program in your hands, not your assistant coaches. Those are the 3 ways to lose running this offense. So to win, move the action key, 3.5+ foot splits, and run a lot of plays in practice and kill all that individual time. All right, coaches, very important topic here, and one with which I'm very impassioned, obviously, because I want my clients to win. And if you take the time to watch this video, I want you to be empowered to win. If you're looking to get your program to the next level, call me, 570-332-0265. 570-332-0265. We will get your program executed the right way the first time. Talk soon.